We've all heard that masturbation is completely normal, right? But here is the real question. How much is too much? What happens when it starts controlling you instead of the other way around? You might just think it's a harmless fun, but what if I told you there is something deeper going on? Something that could be holding you back from the life you truly want. Stay with me because what you're about to hear might just change everything. If you're new here, welcome to Intimacy Insight by Anais. This is a space where we talk about love, desires, intimacy, self mastery, and everything in between. No fluff, no shame, just real, honest conversations to help you grow and take control of your intimate life. If you're ready to level up your mindset and embrace the true confidence, you are in the right place. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for staying with me. Now, let's start with what Stoicism is because I have been getting a lot of questions on it. Can you define Stoicism? Stoicism is simply a way of thinking that teaches people to stay calm and strong no matter what happens in life. It means not letting emotions control you, accepting what you cannot change, and focusing only on what you can control. Stoics believe that happiness comes from having a good attitude, doing the right thing, and not being attached to things like money or fame. Now that we know what Stoicism is, let's go straight into the reason we are here today. So, firstly, let's talk about what the Stoics think about sexual desires. The Stoics weren't against sex, but they warned against being controlled by it. They believe that if we just chase pleasure all the time, we become weak. Imagine if every time you just wanted junk food, you gave in so soon, you'll be out of shape and unhealthy, right? The Stoics said the same thing about sexual urges. They believe that constantly giving into them could weaken our self discipline. So, what about masturbation? Well, the Stoics didn't write so much about it directly, but they left clues for us. They taught that we should not waste energy on things that don't make us stronger. If something distracts us from becoming better, wiser, and more in control, then it's probably not a good habit. And modern science actually backed this up. So let's talk about the science and the brain addiction to pleasure. Science tells us that masturbation is a natural act. It's not just humans, animals masturbate too. Animals like dogs do it. But in the past, society saw it very differently. People believed that it was immoral, especially for men, because it wasted reproductive potential. For women, it was thought to make them less interested in men since they could find pleasure on their own. There were also claims that it caused health problems, so it was strongly discouraged. Fast forward to today, some men use masturbation to help with insomnia. Study shows that after orgasm, the brain releases chemical that reduces sexual desires and help induce sleep. And that's why many men feel sleepy afterwards. But here's where the problem begins. Masturbation triggers the release of dopamine, the feel good hormone that helps relieve stress and gives you a sense of reward. That is why it feels so pleasurable. However, too much dopamine can lead to addiction. In fact, excessive masturbation is now classified under obsessive compulsive disorder. When you masturbate too often, your brain gets used to the high dopamine levels and start craving for more. Over time, it needs stronger stimulation to feel the same pleasure. This is similar to how smokers, alcoholics, and overeaters get addicted to their habits. If this cycle continues, it can lead to unhealthy behavior like compulsive porn consumption, visiting prostitutes, or constantly seeking new sexual experiences just to feel satisfied. At a certain point, the brain starts blocking dopamine receptors to stop the overload. As a result of this, even though you continue the habit, you will no longer feel the same pleasure again. This can leave you feeling very empty, frustrated, and stuck in a circle of chasing pleasure without real satisfaction. The Stoic would call this being ruled by desire, and they believed that true freedom comes from self mastery, not chasing pleasure. Let's talk about Seneca's warning. Seneca, one of the big Stoic thinkers, said that wasting energy on pleasures can make us lazy and less focused. He warned about becoming a slave to pleasure instead of mastering our own minds. If we let urges control us or urge control us, we lose focus and control of ourselves. Next is Epictetus and self-control. Epictetus is another Stoic master. He believed that true freedom comes from controlling your desire. He would probably say, if you can't stop yourself from doing something, then you are its slave. So if someone feel like they can't go a day without self-pleasure, the Stoics would see it as a problem. Let me tell you a real story about a guy a guy I know struggled with this habit. He felt stuck, like he couldn't focus, he couldn't get things done. But once he started practicing self-control, cutting back and staying busy and keeping his mind focused on better goals, he became sharper, more confident, and more productive. This is what the Stoics teaches us. Discipline leads to strength, and strength leads to freedom. What is the lesson for today? Now, does this mean the Stoic will tell you never to masturbate? Not really. But they would say, be in control. If it's a habit that is making you less focused, less productive, or draining your energy, then maybe it's time to cut back. The goal is to be the master of your body and your mind, and not a servant to urge or urges. Stoics weren't about shame, they were about self-mastery. They would say things like, don't let anything, whether food, money, or sexual pleasure, control you. Live with discipline, focus on what truly matters, and build a strong mind. If you can control yourself, you can control your life. And that's the real power. So what are you doing with your life? Do you think sitting at home, watching those videos, and taking pleasures with your hands will make you stronger, or more confident, or even successful? Think wisely. If you choose self-mastery, I want you to type it in the comments. I choose discipline over desire. Let's all grow stronger together. And that's it for today. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What's your biggest takeaway? And if you're on a journey of self-improvement, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss a deep discussions like this from us. Let's keep learning, let's keep growing, and let's keep mastering ourselves together. So until next time, stay strong, stay aware, and stay true to yourself. See you in the next video. Bye.